This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 224 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
And I'm up.
You
for
are
the
up.
Summer.
Such an exciting
The
day.
whole summer I'm up.
I so prefer you next to me.
Up in the Northeast. Well, come the fall, it'll be hit or miss again.
Yeah, I feel great about
here.
it though. I still like you right now, so.
All right. Well, yeah, by the end of the summer, it'll be.
Give me 2 episodes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Racket number 1, something that I took a poll on my Instagram.
I love it. I didn't see it, but.
At Byron Lazine. If we're not connected on IG, make sure we are. I'll give the poll results here in a second, but it's off of this article, CNBC article. We'll link it up as always. Home listings suddenly jump as sellers worry they may miss out on the red hot housing market.
Yes.
So here are the key stats, takeaways, key points, as CNBC calls them. The supply of homes for sales jumped 9%. Supply of homes for sale, rather, jumped 9% last week compared with the same week 1 year ago, according to Realtor.com.
Yep.
So 9% up from same week 1 year ago. Inventory, right? Inventory is going up.
Which I guess if you really look at the numbers, like 9%, like what are we talking about?
We're talking about for every 10 homes, there's an 11th one on the market, basically. Yeah. So that's a for every 100 homes, there's 10 more. So it's adding supply to the market, or 109.
Based on last year, yeah.
Yeah, based on last year. Real estate brokerage Redfin also reported that the new listings rose nearly twice as fast in the 4 weeks ended May 15th as they did during the same period a year ago. So new listings twice as fast. So again, inventory. Pending home sales, a measure of signed contracts on existing homes, dropped nearly 4% in April, month to month, and were down just over 9% from April 2021, according to NAR. So you have less homes selling, more homes coming on the market. So inventory going up and total transactions going down. So that is widening the gap.
Well, we're talking
there
about 2 different months though, so it'll be interesting to see what the May months bring us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So sharply higher mortgage rates have caused a sudden pullback on home sales, and now sellers are rushing to get in before the red hot market cools off dramatically. So I thought this was interesting. I went to IG.
Have you talked to any potential sellers lately? That is their number one concern.
Yeah, they're concerned. Did I miss it? Do I got to get on right now?
Again, a lot of people that I'm working with right now don't live here right now, and they're rushing back to pack up their things and to get it on the market.
I think it's a big concern. I think it's a valid concern. We'll get into that in just a second. I took the headline of the CNBC article, put it in my Instagram story, and I asked many of you. Okay. And I got a bunch of replies. So these were all agent replies.
What was the question?
The question is, in your local market, listings are up was one option, down, or the same.
Compared to what? Like week over week? Was there
I just said currently, right now in general.
Okay.
Right, like right now.
How are you feeling about it?
How you feeling? What's the data in your MLS say?
Okay. And
so 67% of people, or 64 of the votes. So we had about 100 people here that filled out the poll.
For an hour? That's not bad. Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. So 64 votes said up.
Up.
So listings are up. Okay. 14 people said they were down, and 17 said they're just the same as they've been, throughout this spring market, basically. So, 64% of people, 64, it was 67% rather. Yeah. Almost 7 out of 10 people agents say that listings are up in their market. I just saw an Instagram reel, I think it was, or TikTok from Paige Steckling, agent out in Utah. Shout out to Paige. She just did a whole reel saying the days of Jason Cassidy just did an Instagram reel on this. Shout out to Jason. The days of putting your house on the market and expecting 20 offers in every price range in every situation are over. That's not happening right now.
Well, so I agree with that. I do think though that you can probably expect 2. I mean, you're still going to be getting potentially multiple offers, just not as many.
It's going to be location driven.
And not as quickly, though. Right. Not as quickly. I think you're looking at an extended period of time.
It's going to be location driven. It's going to be price driven. Yes. It's not every price category that's going to get those 2 offers. Yeah. In many markets, if you're
you only really need 1, but
if you're $1 million and up, are you expecting 2 offers?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I think it'll be like I think here you could still expect multiple offers, but just not as many, and I don't think as quickly. But I think it's all
certainly not as quickly. One of our agents said, "Oh my gosh, I put a house on the market.
It lasted the weekend.
It was like day 4, day 5. No, they didn't have an offer. There was not one offer by day 4 or day 5.
But by day 7, she had 2.
Okay, but she's like, my sellers are asking me what's wrong. They're like, Is it online?
Well, I mean, you have, but those are conversations you have to be having now while you're taking the listings.
The sellers, the homeowner, they were flabbergasted. They couldn't believe that with everything they've heard about in this market.
So was she, though. She was like taken aback.
She was taken aback.
I got yelled at the other day. They said that I was too close to the microphone.
Who said that?
Some lady. Woman.
Let's shout out to the lady who yelled at Nicole.
Shout out to the woman. Thank you for giving me the feedback. I just remembered.
Let's let her have it in the comments. Let Nicole have it. Just give her all.
She said maybe take 2 steps back. But I thought for sure she meant like get the hell off the podcast. Like we don't want you, because like 2 steps. That's like out the door.
Yeah, maybe 20 steps, Nicole. Get over there. So
he's not a producer.
She's Bobby's offended that.
I was gonna say, I'm like, isn't that my editing end? My editing end is clearly failing. But anyway.
So sellers expect, because they've been seeing this red hot market, and there are sellers shooting for the moon that are going to hurt themselves in terms of like not getting a lot of offers, because if they're just way out of, based on their price, pushing the price, but they're going to expect it, and it's not where we're at today. Interest rates are the highest they've been. There are more homes coming on the market than we've seen in the last. We're still not in an inventory like even situation where it's a normalized market. We're still a pretty decent ways away from that. But there's buyer fatigue we're dealing with. So some buyers have dropped out. Yeah. There's some buyers have just been forced out because they can't afford it anymore. Right. So having those conversations up front with homeowners and letting them know, like, you may want to, if you were planning on having the house for the summer, you may want to cancel those plans and get on the market today if price is more important than lifestyle for
sure.
you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of conversations that everyone should be having. It's funny. I remember years ago, our coach, Jason, made me start keeping a journal of each month, because I was walking into the coaching calls being nervous about things. And it's consistent that every June of my business has always been slower. Again, I have closings, but like new business coming in has always been a little. So it's interesting to see that listings are going up, because for my business, June has always been a little slower, right? College graduations, high school graduations, schools ending. So again, I'm still kind of interested to see how like June then ends up turning out. Like again, we're talking about additional listings, but sales are down. Are those going to stay? I mean, there's so many things at work here.
But you're saying for you personally, but that is counterintuitive to the Connecticut market. You're a Connecticut agent.
I have a lot of closings in June, but again, in terms of new business, like active, but again, a lot of my business slows in June.
Right. No, I'm saying you personally, but that is not the market that you work in.
Maybe.
No, the stats don't show. I could show you on the MLS, right? So I think knowing what the market is, and then you personally having that data would tell you, like, if you're in a situation like that, like Nicole, where you're tracking, okay, boom, June is a slow month for me. Well, April needs to be a more aggressive month on my prospecting. May needs to be a more aggressive month
for sure
on my prospecting to turn June around. Yeah. Especially in this market, because there are a lot of activity in this market in June. I hear what you're saying. If you're working with a lot of people that are in a school system, then June's going to be slower for sure. Yeah. And so then changing your prospecting.
Again, closings are, I mean, a bang up month for June, but in terms of
interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys think? I'd love to know, maybe you missed that poll, obviously, on the Instagram.
Well, it's still going to be there for 24 more hours.
No, this was last week I put it up.
Oh, I thought you said this morning.
No, I put it up last week. Oh. So, that's why you said an hour. No, it's 24 hours.
Okay.
So anyways, love to know from you in the comments. Are listings up? Is inventory up in your market? Where's your market, and is inventory up? All right. You know what is up, Nicole?
I know what's up. Hello, Tomo.
Hello, Tomo is what's up. HelloTomo.com. Make sure you send your clients over there for another opinion on their mortgage. You may be unfamiliar with Tomo. You should get familiar with Tomo, because they're a mortgage without your clients losing their marbles. I want all my marbles. I'm working out every day to make sure I have my marbles deep into my hundreds. I plan on living, Nicole.
Wait, marbles deep into your hundreds?
Yeah, I want all my marbles, all my faculties.
Faculties.
Until
there's
I'm
a lot of words coming
105 years old.
105.
At least. Maybe longer.
I don't.
Depending on. Shout out to Tom Ferry. I just got my Aura ring. He bought me an Aura ring.
You've been flashing. I was asking if you were going to flash it, and I've been noticing you are.
This is going to be.
It's like jazz hands.
One of the things that helps me.
And now it's following how many calories he's burning. So I think he thinks if he moves his hands.
I'm burning more.
Burning more calories.
It's going to be one of the things that helps me keep my marbles and live longer. But if you just care about your clients and you want them to keep their marbles, you want them to have a great home buying experience, send them over to Tomo. Tomo, they have the best deal guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
They make strong offers. They make your offer stronger. And they close on time, Nicole.
98% of the time they close on time.
98% of Tomo loans close on time. Industry average is 40%. Hit our link below or send your clients over to Hello Tomo. Mortgage industry is very competitive, and they're the best deal in the business right now. So send your clients over to hellotomo.com or copy the link below. Hey guys, appreciate you checking out this episode of The Real Word. If you want the full episode, go over to the Broke Agent YouTube. That's where we're hosting the full podcast. If you want to continue to see the segments broken out and the short clips, stay right here on The Real Word YouTube.